I think the main thing is to keep moving all the time, and even physically and in your thoughts. You know, you can't let old-fashioned ideas take over your life. You must do this or you must do that. You've got to live today by today's standard and keep going with it and be happy with it. And I think that's the main thing. And you'll find that most people are very happy to come and help you get there. It's on the back. It's got my name on the back. And I was born in 1914 in Adelaide. My home at that stage was up on the peninsula, on the farm, partway between Cadina and Butte. Now there's Grandma Morgan from Scotland, her daughter Olive Beatrice Morgan, my mother, and here, there's me. In the front row, that was my mother. My grandmother lost her husband when he was 30 years, and she was left with a property to pay off and 5 children, and she educated them all. She had a difficult life until the boy took over the farm, and then she went to live in Adelaide. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. I had a sister with diphtheria. She died. She was about 5 when she died. We had a very slow life, really, when we were young, and you didn't want any more. But today there's so much given to children, and you can't wonder why they expect more all the time, can you? I went away to school when I was 5 to live with my grandmother until my family came down later. And so I had all my education in Adelaide. That's me when I was about 10. The lads from the Unley School were at a concert on North Terrace in the exhibition building. We were all singing a little song. I don't remember what it was. And I can remember as a child, my mother was very kind and very good to us. And on Friday nights we would walk along Unley Road, and that was a real treat as a child. And then I went on to a private school. It was a small school, St Peter's Girls. I loved it there, and I feel perhaps in today's life there's a little bit of more competition, and I'm going to say, perhaps I shouldn't, animosity with some, and I don't know why. Education different from today, inasmuch we wouldn't have had as many subjects as the children have today, and I think they're very lucky. Wish I'd studied more at school. Yes, I played at school there and enjoyed it. Fullback, centre half-back at times too. I played in the 20s. We founded a team in Rundle Street from working girls. And when we got that we could get into A grade, we were in C grade, B grade. The war came, so there was no hockey. But that was from a team of girls who were working together. After I left school, I did a short business course, and I was taken into a private shoe firm, A.A. Cheek and Son. He imported shoes as well as Australian shoes and boots, and put in charge to take it over in the bookkeeping section. And I was in that until I married, so that was quite interesting. I think my married life was the happiest time of my life, with a husband and children. Easily. His name was Alan Frederick Henstridge. He was doing a course in army work, I suppose, and I met him, and he was due to go to New Guinea, so off he went. And that was when, having met him, he asked me to marry him before he left. And then he was on a motorbike accident in Sydney. He couldn't go overseas. He was in hospital. His leg was affected. Yes, outside the church. He got leave and came down on a Monday and said, I want to get married on Saturday. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I thought, my church is St. Augustine's. I can't get married in a great big church like that. But I had played the organ in a little church in Fullerton, St. Chad's. A friend of mine had taught me to playing the organ there for Sunday school and teaching the children. So I booked that little tiny church and got married there. The church was full. We just put a notice in the paper and we had drinks at my home. My mother looked after drinks. So that was fun. We were a muchness in our temperament. Not like today's couple, but very attached. We had a very happy marriage. And he was so good to me, but you would never have thought so. He never showed anything, but he was wonderful to me. He died in 2003. Well, that's Jenny and a girl in the shop and David. We went to live at Victor Harbour. He took over a shoe store, so we lived there for 10 years. And then I had 3 children and we moved to Keith. It was quite a challenge to move, but I think in those days you accepted whatever came to you and you were quite happy to follow those ideas. Yes, outside the front. It was a 4-bedroom house. It was a housing trust. Actually, I wanted to live in the shed, the motor shed, and build a house. But my husband didn't like that idea. I played the organ at church for about 20 or 30 years. Played sport, bowls and golf. Was in office at the golf course. I even did news reporting. So that was an experience. My husband had help in the shop at Keith, but if ever she was unavailable, I would help there quite willingly and happily. We did give up work in those days, didn't we? And we took it. And the only time I used to feel a little bit forgotten was weekends, when sport took over everything. But you get used to it. And if you've got children, well, you're just happy to put up with it. I don't like in one room all the time, but I come out for fresh air. I like people. So I think even if you can't move around a lot, if you have friends, you can keep talking to them, and reading the news keeps you occupied in your body, I think. I feel sorry for my body, what I've done to it. I've broken my leg, and my knees are shocking, and I've lost a bit of my jawbone. I might be 110 years, but that hasn't got rid of me.